We are going to get some great gardening tips with Dale Kay in just a moment. But first, we wanted to give our favorite garden guy a little shout out.
Yeah, late last week, Dale celebrated a very big career milestone. He's not ready for this. The team at Gertens tipped us off that Dale's been there for 30 years. That's a good chunk of time, and we've been lucky enough to call him our garden guy, so we dusted off the old tapes.
What are you guys doing?
Yes. We're going to show some highlights of your finest TV moments. Take a look.
No. On this week's Gardening to Go, we're here in Shakopee to check out Lene Poverud's vegetable garden. I love vegetable gardening, and the kids do too, so I'm as keen as chips to check it out, so let's go.
Well, we know certainly it is hip to be green these days.
Right, at the center of hipness, our own Dale Kay. It really makes sense when it comes to gardening. Dale Kay joins us live at Gertens in Inver Grove Heights to explain how we can make our work outside environmentally friendly. And you're going to show us how to do it.
That's right, Alex, and yes, you're right. I am absolutely very hip this morning. Yes, guys, check that out. It's a blooming, fruiting pineapple. And again, I've put those in, maybe some apples. You could set a candle in the middle here if you like.
Look at that, Dale. It's Martha Stewart look without Martha Stewart's effort.
Isn't that easy?
Oh, no.
He's going
I think
in.
I'm going in.
He's going in.
I think I'm going in.
Wait for it. This will be worth it. This will be worth it.
This is turning into a different kind of show.
Oh my, Dale.
Okay, all right.
This is it.
I can think of some music that we could use that would be.
Daytime program, Dale. Keep your shirt on.
Oh no, take it off, Dale. Take it off.
Actually, have to be somewhere.
I'm snorting.
Get in there, Dale. Yes. All right, there it is. There is the payoff. Way to go. Dylan has left the studio because he just did not like seeing those old clips. Come on, Dale.
Are you crying?
Not out of tears of happiness.
That's a feat. That's an accomplishment.
We
We wanted
appreciate
to
you.
honor you.
I'm like an old couch here. You know, every time I pass, badge kind of keeps working. I'm just like, oh, I'm still on the telly.
An old
And
couch.
after that footage, I have no idea why.
Well, it's been a long time.
You brought us a lot of
we love having you
entertainment
here.
and good
Okay.
tips.
So we're going to move on since we're standing here in
Please.
front of some gardenings. We're helping you out. We have some gardening tips to get to, and we know we've got really hot temperatures right now. We want to talk about the plants that actually love the heat. So you've brought some examples, and this is important information right now because we know that sometimes these hot days, they linger.
Right, if you look at, take a peek at Cody's forecast, you know, it's going to be a little bit of an extended period of heat. And even if there's moisture in the ground, you know, we get some summer storms, it's still the heat during the day that can cause some havoc. And firstly, for us as gardeners, you know, we're kind of all early morning people being on morning news. So get out and do your gardening in the morning. That's, you know, the best part of the day. It's also the best part of the day to do watering and get out and do some of those chores without the heat. Also wearing, you know, long sleeve shirt, loose fitting, and a wide brim hat. All really good tips to helping you stay hydrated and, of course, drinking water. If plants need a drink, good chance that you need a drink as well. So let's take a look at some of the plants that do really well in the heat. I got a whole bunch of perennials on this side, so we'll try to get through them all. Got some annuals in the middle and some shrubs on the end. So let's take a look at the perennials. And hiding in here is one of my favorites for a heat. It's called Gaillardia. And it does a fantastic job in drought conditions, so dry soil. Blooms profusely and keeps kind of blooming during the heat. The one right in front here is yarrow, not only a great landing pad for butterflies, but also a great plant for heat. Coreopsis here in the back, I'll hold that up, another great one, and right next to it is Russian sage. Loves also drought conditions, so a great little plant right there. Types of coneflowers, there's two different families, I guess. There's Echinacea, which is a coneflower that goes by the common name coneflower, and then Rebecca. Both do really well in hot, dry conditions, so give those a whirl. Ornamental grasses kind of goes without saying. Just those slender leaves are really good at preserving moisture in the leaves, as also is sedum right here. Sedums have that very kind of a succulent leaf, basically really are a succulent, so they have that kind of fleshy leaf, moisture stores in there, which is quite beneficial, really fun. Then also another one that likes the dry heat is the butterfly weed, or Asclepias. And again, just by name itself, common name, great for butterfly attracting as well, so that does really well. And then finally, lavender is kind of like one that you wouldn't expect maybe, but lavender does really well in summer heat as well. So there's the perennials that will come back year after year, kind of super easy to take care of, and kind of with that low maintenance, you don't have to be out there watering them a lot. If you started out maybe with your spring planters, your flowers, and some things just didn't take because of the heat, or they just got tired, garden shops have a lot of these little pots that you can kind of replace anything that went bad. Or if you're looking for something that really can take the heat, maybe you're up at the cabin or you're not watering quite as much or can't water quite as much, all these do really good. Marigold, the one you're holding there, is fantastic. There's another great one called Pentas that is really loves the heat, does amazingly well, and those fleshy leaves stay kind of nice all through the summer months. Petunias, won't dwell on that. This is another one that does really well. It's called Vinca. This is kind of a nice little lavender purple color, but it also comes in pinks and whites. Lantana is really absolutely bulletproof. Cody Match would have to work hard, really hard, to try to kill that. You really got to really
evil smile on his face right now.
Gomphrena is another good one. And then lastly, ornamental pepper right there. A great little heat-tolerant annuals. Again, you can put all those into combinations and kind of create your own little summer planter, or anything that failed, you need to pop out, kind of replace. They're all good ones. And then finally over towards you, Shane, a couple of good shrubs that you can incorporate into your landscape in those dry kind of spots. There's St. John's wort or hypericum in the front, and also potentella is in the back there. And the one spiky one next to you.
It's pretty heavy.
No.
It's a little
How
heavy.
come you didn't jump in the pond this morning?
I wanted to let you have
comes back to the
all of the
pond.
glory. That was your thing. I don't want to take it. You know, you
were supposed to run with it.
Nope.
There's yucca there, and then also cactus. You know, just without saying cactus and any of the succulents, if you want to, you know, outside in the patio, any outdoor living space, they do really well. Then finally, the globes there. If you're going out of town, there's all sorts of like little watering systems and globes that you can kind of pop. Even a 2-liter Coke bottle. If you just fill that up, tip it upside down, pop it in the soil. Bob's your uncle. You'll have water for when you're going out, maybe on the lake.
Love it. I didn't know that had a purpose beyond just being
I know.
pretty.
I thought it was just ornamental as well.
Yeah, like a little watering vessel.
Cool.
Okay. Well, Del, I hope you.
I got through it without
survived
taking my
this
shirt
journey.
off. You know, every time I see a camera, I just like impulsively want to take my shirt off, so I kept it on.
Well, it was backed by popular demand. I'm pretty sure that people wanted to see it. So there you go.
So embarrassing.
All right, sticking with gardens. There he goes. This weekend is the Water Garden Society Tour.
And if you're wondering when Dale K jumped in said pond, it was at this tour just last year. There are 10 featured yards this year across the metro that you can visit. Each has a unique water feature, and here's one of those homes in Lake Elmo. It looks like something from a painting, but indeed it is a backyard, one in Lake Elmo, and featured on the Water Garden Society Tour, which is happening Saturday and Sunday. Paul Mankey is with us, and he is, well, you didn't build out this pond, but you knew what you wanted, and you made it happen. Tell us kind of how you decided to lean into having this huge water feature in your yard.
I had a pond at my previous home that I put in with the help of a friend, and it was very nice, but it wasn't as big as I wanted. And when I moved here, one of my children wanted my old house, which is fine. And then when we moved here and recreated the pond, thought about doing it myself, but upper 60s, I decided, no, found a company, Pond King, and they did a wonderful job. They knew what they were doing. They did everything I wanted. I wanted boulders. I wanted a North Shore feel. I wanted a bog filter, which is that area over there, which is a biofilter. I don't have any mechanical sort of filters.
Oh, interesting.
No, it takes care of the clarity of the pond, the microorganisms in the bog, and it feeds the plants. And it's a nice way to go to minimize your maintenance. Not that there's a lot of work with a pond like any garden or other feature, but.
So I like that you had a pond and you loved it and enjoyed it, but then you got a second chance.
Yes.
To do all the things that you wanted,
so
including a
get
bigger.
it how you really want it.
You said that's one of the things you've learned.
Yes, right. You always want your pond a little bit bigger. You wish you made it bigger, so this time I did, and I wanted more of a waterfall, stream, cascade. I had a slight slope here, but when they dug out the pond, they just moved the soil up there to create more of a rise there, and it worked out really well.
And then the flowers.
Well,
So
yeah,
beautiful, so many.
I've had my own garden since I was 5 years old. And
Wow,
I've
that's
always
the
been a
epitome of green
gardener.
thumb.
I've always liked growing plants. It's meditative, it's therapeutic being outside. That's where I want to be.
Oh, I did not want to leave, but I had to come back and do this.
Just beautiful.
Yeah. Very zen-like back there. The tour is Saturday and Sunday. You can head to mwgs.org. There's people there who can answer your questions, and of course the homeowners are typically around as well.
I would love to have that, but he's done a fantastic job.
And it was swimmable. I just didn't swim today.
That one was swimmable.
It was, yeah.
Oh, all right.